operations completely perfect now with the database, right? That means how to create, insert, update, delete, these three operations. Everybody able to achieve that? Good. You tried any other grids? Any another grids? Any other grid types you learn or tried? Anyone? No? You need to try some grid plugins, right? Actually, yeah, you can even try for somebody who you tried filtering data without array also. Filtering data, if you want to try, then you have to apply on elements. One of you tried that filtering data. Is it working? No. We discussed about array, right? Actually, without array also, suppose I will show you here. Means sometimes you people try that. That's means filtering without data, right? Directly filtering on elements. Actually, for that also, you can use an option like this, because it is also an array, on screen array you can use. That means, for example, I will show one rough example. Actually, suppose you have a OL, ordered list. What are LI inside it? List items. They are what type? List item. Actually, it is an array, because there can be more than one list item. Na? Ordered list is, I showed you DOM diagram. Na? In DOM diagram, forms is an array. Remember, na? In the beginning of JavaScript, I showed you forms is an array. What else? In the forms, elements is an array. Remembered? Remember, na? First, I told you, you can access elements by DOM hierarchy. In how many ways we can access DOM elements? By using DOM hierarchy, by using ID, by using class, by using tag name, query selector. So many methods we learned. Remember, na? So this is what, by using hierarchy. And if you know this, on this also you can apply filter. JavaScript and jQuery supports filter on that. That means if any elements array is present, you can filter and you can access only what you are looking for. Many times people use this technique, but this is not good every time. Always you have to filter on data and display the data. But sometimes you will see this kind of things. How, for example, I will show you here. Suppose means some dynamic filters, how people add actually. I will add a new file. So this is filter.html. Just syntax I will show here. So let's add a document. In this we will keep a table. And in the table we have class some border. So width is equal to some 400. And the table have an ID as a TBL products. So here we have T head, TR, T head, TR. So TH, this is the name. Another one is price. What we are doing here is at the top, so T body, some details, TD. What is this? Here we are applying some name, some Samsung TV, and some price. Another row, and it is some Nike casuals. So some price like this we define. Like this we have some data, some mobile, or say some Lee Cooper like this. And here we have table cell and some price. Actually, sometimes this data is not coming from any database. It is directly, not even a JSON file. It is directly some hard-coded data in table. Sometimes in interviews, they ask you how to filter this. How we can filter, apply filters on this kind of data. Sometimes they may ask like that. If it is coming from JSON file, we will use filter, right? But still you can try filters on this actually. So suppose here I'm giving this table. So I will give a row. In this we have T, D, and you have a input. Input type is equal to text. This is placeholder. So search by name. You can see that is the placeholder we have, search by name. We have that search by name defined there. So here we have so another option. Suppose we are having, let's keep outside. So here we will keep a div. So input type is equal to text. And here we have a search by name, placeholder, search by name, something. Now when user types here, I need to get all the details. So that means I need to add all the details here. Yeah. I need to get the details which are matching with that name. Then how? Let's think about the logic. What should happen? Let's see step by step. Let's think about the logic, because this list is not coming from any data. It is directly hard coded. Sometimes what we do is, without interacting with the data which is coming, we will directly interact with the screen contents. In that case, this is a important point to understand. Actually, suppose you see now here, we have to search. I will give here. First, we need to collect a value. Let's put jQuery. Script source is equal to node modules, jQuery, dist, jQuery.js. Now here, I am adding a simple script. So in the script function, yeah, we will write here ID is search. So we will access that $hash search. Search which one? Key up. Key up, we will use a callback function. Right? On key up, what we need to do? We need to collect the value. So I will use var term. Right? How to get the term? We can get simply, you can use this dot value. This refers to current element, or you can use this dot, or you can refer ID $search dot value, because this refers to current element. You can directly use current element. For temporarily, I will show you alert term. We'll see what it is typing. I click here. So D, it is working. That means we can directly access what it is typing, right? Just we can use this, or we can also use dollar what search. It's a simple one. This refers to the current element, right? Now we will convert this into dot to lowercase, because user may type in any case, it should be converted into lowercase. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to search for this word in rows, right? That means in a table. What is the table? TBL products. In the TBL products, suppose we have in the table body, we have some rows. In that we have to search. Suppose here I will give ID. So here I will define here like this. What is it? How to search in that? So we have to use dollar. We need to access T body. So T body is table body. In table body, we need to collect all the rows. That means space TR. Because jQuery can use all CSS selectors now. This refers space TR means all the rows which are present in table body. We know that already, right? Now how to get only the rows that are matching your condition? We can use a filter, because rows also array only, right? Filter uses a callback function. That means we will use a callback function in the filter, right? What this function have to do? It have to, that means this is currently accessing what? This is currently accessing rows, right? Now what we have to do? We need to show and hide the rows. We need to show and hide the rows. We need to show only the rows that are matching with our value. How to show and hide in jQuery? Show and hide both should work. Show and hide both should work. We learned toggle na? Show, hide, toggle, slide toggle. I told you CSS effects. Remember that? So show, hide, that is only showing, only hiding. If you want to show and hide, we have to use toggle. That means what we have to do? Dollar. So we need to define. So this indicates row. This indicates row. Dot what? We have to use toggle. Now what is the condition to toggle? What should toggle? It should toggle the text that is displayed inside the row. That means how to access again? Dollar. So dollar this dot what? Text. We have to access the row text. Row text must be shown or hidden. And this row text, we need to, what is the condition? This text must be displayed. So that is the toggle. That is the text to display, show and hide. And what is the condition for that? That means how to verify whether the value is present in the text or not. How to verify is this term is present inside this text or not. How to search a particular character is present inside that word or not. Question understood? How to search for a character or a word in a sentence? By using index of na. right? Index of which character term you are searching for index of. And what do we have to do? If index of, that means actually this term should be converted into lowercase. That means this text need to be converted into what? To lowercase. Lowercase. Huh? It should be converted to lowercase. After converting into lowercase, index of term. And what is the condition? If it is present, index of will return index number. Na? If item is not there, -1. That means it will be if it is greater than -1. Understood? That means show if it is greater than -1. These kind of logics are used. That means actually when you are typing here, so that means you are typing some content here, right? Suppose Nike, you can see only Nike will come. That is how you are searching. This kind of filters are very common. TV, right? So I say casuals. This is the best way of filtering. This technique is also very much used. And in many interviews, they ask. That means if there is, I don't want to apply on data because data is delay process. Why delay process? It has to go to server, come back again with the filter API. Na? After data is loaded, then you can search. After data is loaded, you can implement the search. So without using the data, just you can implement the search on the UI, user interface. That is good. So that kind of technique is good. But here you can see, suppose even I type here, search by name, or I am giving here, search by name. Where is it? Yeah. Search by name or price I am giving. And here I am typing the price as 3,500. It will come. That means it is working for both. Now your task, on any specific field you try. That is little complex. You need to think the logic for that. That means it should search only in the name field. That means what we will do generally, for every field, we will put one text box. One text box will search for name, another text box will search for price. Like that, filters are defined. You try that. Otherwise, I will post one example with that solution. You can see it. Now you can apply anywhere, not only table. You try it on card. It will work on card. Right? That means you can try cards. Just what you have to do, you have to apply the cards. You have to access them by using class name. This filter we are applying. So on row, this filter we are applying on row. That means, for example, if it is a container and it is having some cards, inside the container we have some cards. And we need to get all the cards which are matching. Then we can apply these kind of filters. Right? You try different any screens now. If it is an ordered list items, then only logic here changes like this. What is it? OL. In that you have to search for list items. If it is a container, in that you have to search for card. In that card, if you are looking for any headings or any headers, then you have to put these selectors are then. We have to implement attribute selectors, type selectors. We need to configure that. This kind of filtering is very popularly asked in interviews. right? So you need to know about them. That means it is not just only on data. Many times we apply those filters without data, directly on UI. If you are displaying an ordered list or displaying in table, we can apply there, right? This is example. This is filtering data. So filtering data using UI elements. That is what example is. This is one example. You can try that. Okay. Right. This is just some additional things I am showing you how we can manage. One more question here is one more regular requirement, one more simple one. That example I will upload into class, right? Because at this time you learned everything. You must be able to see the example and implement. Another one, regularly people ask like how to upload a photo. Right, suppose you want to store some user details. That means to store some user details, in that username, user details and user photo will be there. We learned input type file now. By using input type file, you can select the file and you can send the file into data. On server, you can store the file and you can send into the data. So path you can define. That's a simple technique. Same CRUD operations, a simple technique is there. I will upload that project. I will upload another sample project into Classroom. So where some photos also added, right? You can try them. Because at this level, you can understand. Simply, you can see the logic and you can understand that. Okay. So these are some important things. And one more is, last session we learned about hosting on cloud servers. Have you tried? I showed you on Firebase, right? How do we host on Firebase? Anyone tried? No? Firebase also tried. GitHub, Firebase. GitHub you tried, huh? Right, good. So Firebase also good because later in future, some projects, when you practice, you can try on Firebase also. It's okay. If you done on GitHub, it's fine. But another point I will show you here is how to host on local servers. How to host on local servers. Local servers by default, they are working on local server, but that is also we installed manual. We installed a live server. By using live server, we done that. But actually, you can install one local server, and on that local server, you can host and you can practice. That means without using your Visual Studio Code. Without using Visual Studio Code, you can design pages. That means you don't need an editor without necessity of editor. But editor is good because we cannot waste time in so all the manual work. Editor is good, but if anywhere you have to work without editor and on local servers, how? Just a concept I will show you generally how it happens, like, right? Actually, local server I will show you. In Windows, you have a local server called first configure a website on Windows local server. We have a local server called IIS. IIS is the local server, Internet Information Services Manager. Actually, this is a server which is present in every Windows. Every Windows operating system, you will have a server called IIS. By default, you can see. So in search, I am searching IIS. You can see Internet Information Services. This is IIS, Internet Information Services Manager. In this is web server. If in any computer, if you are unable to find out this, if it is not there, then what you have to do is you have to go to control panel. In control panel, you will find programs and features. In that, so we have to select turn Windows features on or off. You have to select turn Windows features on or off. You need to do that. That means what you have to do. So here you have to select IIS. You have to select IIS. That means go to control panel. In the control panel, you will find programs and features. Open that programs and features. You will find turn Windows features on off. You click on turn Windows features on off. In the turn Windows features on off, you can see there is an option Internet Information Service. Make sure that it is selected. If it is selected, then automatically in your computer, a local server will be there. So that server name is what? IIS. This is server. Now what you have to do is open this server. Here you have to open, here you can see expand this computer. In that computer, there is a folder called sites. You have to expand sites folder. In that there is default website. This is the location where we have to create all our websites. Here we have to create all our projects. How to create a website? If you remembered in the beginning, I told you website is a virtual directory. Remember the definition? Websites are virtual directory. How to create a website? Right click on, you have to right click on the default website. There is an option add virtual directory. You have to select add virtual directory. Right click, add virtual directory. Add virtual directory, it is asking what is the website name. Website name is any virtual name. Virtual name I will give as, make sure that that name is already not taken. Okay. I will give add virtual directory. Virtual name is iShop. Okay. Now what is the physical path? The physical path is your project physical path. That means select. It is in D drive, iShop. That is the physical path. Complete folder, iShop. But here another point again. If you select this one, then the startup file must be in direct folder, not public. Right? That means iShop. Okay. Now make sure that your index page is directly in iShop. Now click OK. Now click OK. It's ready. Website is ready. Now let's go to your project. In the project, what changes you have to do? So you have to remove the index page from here. Am I right? You have to remove index page and put directly in the main folder, in the main iShop folder index. And I hope you know you have to change everything now. So that means we have to change everything. What we have to change, even node modules also, where it is present, // directly node modules are present, no problem. Okay. Now you can see it is present now. Index.html is defined here. Okay. Now let's close. Now your project is ready. Index is present in the main. I am not using any I'm not using any editors or anything. Just open browser. In the browser, now request. Open a browser, empty browser I am opening. In that request, what is it? Your server name. So http colon colon localhost / project name. Project name is iShop. That's it. Enter. Now your iShop project is there. Right? So it is working. I think Bootstrap have problems, huh? Let's open the folder. Now, how to edit the files? To edit the files, you can directly go to your D drive. So iShop, in that index. So open with Notepad. You can open in Notepad. Directly you can make the changes. It is not .. directly it is in node modules. Save this. That means style sheet, Bootstrap icons. Another one is Bootstrap. I'm directly saving this. Save. And here it's working now. This is not any local servers anymore. Not any live server. Now, anytime you don't need to start server now, because IIS continuously running in your computer. That means you just open browser anytime. You can open your project and see. You don't need to open Visual Studio. You don't need to go to index page. Don't need to select start with server. Here you see, now I select customer, home, details. Those paths also we need to change now. Right? That means we need to change the path of that because they are present in different location now. That means they are present in. So they are present in public / customers. In Notepad directly I can make changes. Public / home. So we have public / admin home. We have public / home. We can directly make changes and refresh here. You can see it's there. Directly customer. So register again same. In that again we have to change the path. Now important. So here, so products, all you can do in the same way. Now your API also will work. Just what you have to do is start the API because it is running in local server. Na? Database also works. That means just you have to start your API separately. How to start API? Command prompt. There, go to server folder, node api.js. This is hosting application on local servers. Right? Everywhere you need to change now. That means wherever is there. So that is public. So then I refresh. So customer, register. All these options will work. And if you start the API, your concept of data also will be working. This is hosting on local servers. This is IIS is a very popular local server. So Windows have by default. You can directly do that. What is the simple step what you have to do now? That means currently we are not using any Visual Studio. Every HTML5 you can edit in Notepad. Actually, you can directly create a file in Notepad, save as HTML. So this also you should know because at experience level generally, you must able to even edit your pages on mobile. That means when online site is running, you can open directly on mobile. Mobile HTML editors are present. You can directly open that in the editor. You can directly make changes on your mobile also. You can create pages also. right? So this is a simple technique to understand. So what is the process is you have to add this one. So first, after that, open IS, then expand local computer. So then expand sites folder. Then we have to use, so right click on default website, and we have to select add virtual directory. In that, alias is site name. Site name we give as iShop. Another one is physical path. Physical path is we have to define. So physical path is in d:iShop. That's how we define. And one more extra what you have to do is, so change the index.html location directly to d:/iShop. Okay. That means in that you have to keep that. Now, once it is done, finish. So open any browser and request. You need to request like this: http://localhost/what iShop. You don't need any port numbers or anything, because it uses the default port number for that. Ours is using 5500. It is live server actually. Without live server, directly you can use a local server which is installed in your computer. Generally Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these people use these kind of local servers, because sometimes the editors they use, they don't have any live servers. Then they do like this. So many other type of servers are there. They can download and install and use them. But for us, one is through Visual Studio Code live server you should run. Another one is local server. Another one is cloud. Right? We can use any of those techniques. Right? This is the another point you need to know how to use the local servers. So local server advantage is everything you have to keep in the physical path. You don't need to open anything. That means every day what you have to do, just open the browser. You don't need to open any. Just directly open the browser, and here we have to type localhost. Localhost, what is it? iShop. That's it. Directly your project is available and it is running. It is running. So directly that is available for you. You can use it. These are the basic things you need to know how we can do the hosting. Right. So with this, all the concepts are completed for us. Right. All the topics are finished. Whatever we need for complete full stack end to end, we discussed. But remember, in interviews as a full stack developer, your majority 95% of interview will happen up to jQuery only. Up to jQuery only. Very less they will ask questions on MongoDB or Node.js like concepts. 99% I will guarantee that everything will be up to jQuery. Only 1%, 2% questions they will ask you related to Node and MongoDB. Because even you are a web full stack developer, you don't need to be very professionalize your skills in Node.js and MongoDB. You just need to know it, how to handle, how do we work, interact, CRUD operations, APIs up to this. You know, CRUD operations means you can crack any interview. That means you know how to handle the CRUD operation, means any practical interview you can crack. If you can't do, forget interviews. Don't attempt interviews until or unless you are perfect in CRUD operation. Don't. You will not able to crack, because every practical interview happens on CRUD operation. If you are not perfect in that, don't attempt. You can't crack. So you have to practice that very well. That means all these days you may be practicing that by seeing the code I given. Right? You must able to write without seeing the book. Right? That means you need to practice. So without seeing the book, you must able to do it. That means without referring one line in your book, you must able to create complete CRUD operation from front end to back end. Then you are ready for any kind of job. So interviews, everything happens on that only. And so with this, we finish everything. You go through all the concepts. If any doubts are there, you post into the classroom. Doubts related anything is there, you post into the classroom. I will create one WhatsApp community or Telegram community. I will create one. In that community, I will post into classroom. That link I will post into classroom. You can join there. If any doubts are there, you can regularly post there into that community. Understood? Right? And so interview questions, I uploaded already this resume template. Right? I uploaded already the resume template. So I will upload interview questions and answers, FAQs. But actually FAQs we learned every day, every topic. If you can prepare one document with all FAQs we learned from beginning to end, you will get a booklet of all FAQs. Every topic I give an FAQ. Right? Those are all the questions actually. We don't need a separate interview questions and answers, but still I will give you a document. In the document, all the interview questions, answers will be there. Okay. So with this, we finish. I hope you are clear. So you learned all the concepts, right? So from tomorrow, no session, we finish all this course here, right? If you have any doubts, then you can post into the classroom or you can post into the WhatsApp community. I will upload. Right, today I will upload the WhatsApp community and show there. And any doubts are there, you can get in touch. And now companies related job opportunities, I will be keep on posting into classroom. Right, whenever offline the companies are asking, so I will put a message there. You need to come offline for attending those. Right, so offline campus based also some opportunities will be coming. I will let you know about that. Right, all the posts I will keep posting into classroom, verify that. If you have any more doubts, you can post there. I will get back to you. Okay. Is it clear? Right. I hope you are clear with all the concepts. Then from tomorrow, you go through all the concepts. If any doubts are there, you post the doubts. Okay. And rest of additional projects, samples, I will be keep on posting into classroom. That means every 2-3 days, I will upload one simple project, like you have to try them. If you finish one project, you can try another. I will keep on posting some exercises, you try them. Some tasks and some exercises, you try them. Those are important for regular interviews, right? You need to be perfect in that, okay? So is it clear, right? I hope you are clear, right? Good, right? So if you have any doubts, so then post into the classroom. Okay, then thank you very much. Thank you all. Right? Yeah.